Sure, it's been awesome. It's been great. I got down here on Friday. Got in on Friday, did some MRIs and some physical medical stuff. Same with Saturday, making sure everything looked healthy and stuff like that. And then as a group, we all signed on Sunday, and so today we started our work. But it's been really good, just getting to know and getting to put names with faces and things like that, and get to know some of the guys that we've been living with, and then obviously going to work with them today. It's a really good group of players and human beings. So feels like home.
And lastly, I think you mentioned signing. If the reports are true, you've broken a record or tied a record already with the signing. What's that like to for you to start your career off with that kind of
Sure, yeah. For me, it's just about getting the
cool milestone?
opportunity. It's just to hear your name selected at all, and just to have the chance to get out here. Sure, there's some financial and things that come with that and things like that. But for me, it's just about hearing my name called and knowing that my career was progressing to the next level. I'm excited about just getting to go out there and play better competition. I'm not really focused on the monetary side of things. If that comes with it, then so be it. But I'm here because I love baseball. I'm here because I love getting better. I'm here because of the relationships that this game has brought me, and things like that. It's an awesome perk, but it's not the main reason of it for me.
Great. Thanks.
Hello, Patrick Lyons from Just Baseball.
Hey, Charlie, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Of course.
As Owen was saying, largest signing bonus ever. You were overlooked, as you said, coming out of high school. So I imagine that allowed you to go ahead and be your best self without that pressure. Now there's maybe some pressure now. Maybe there's some expectations. Who's the support group that you have around you? And what do you do when you're taking third overall, you Golden Spikes Award winner, you signed this big deal. Now everyone's expecting you to deliver as a pro.
Sure, yeah. First off, I'm really lucky to have the support group that I do around me, which is my family and my girlfriend and things like that. Just I have a really good group of people around me that are going to support me no matter how I am on the field. They're going to support who Charlie Condon is as a person and not who I am as a baseball player. And so that's comforting to have that. At the same time, they're obviously in my corner to help me do as best as I possibly can, because I know baseball is the game that I love, and I'm gonna push to be as good as I can, and I'm gonna push to help this organization that I was lucky to get to be a part of get back to postseason success. Obviously, I've got to continue to strengthen myself and strengthen the people around me as I progress through the organization. But just really excited to be a part of that. And then as far as expectations go, I wouldn't say that it's anything crazy. I've dealt with expectations going into this year at college. I was had some hype going around my name, which is whatever. And what I've always said is the external expectations seem to change, as you continue to have success or not have success. What people around the game of baseball are going to think about me is going to continue to change, but I will always expect a very much higher standard of myself than anyone else will expect from me. So that's kind of where that comes from. No matter, I'm always going to push myself to be the best that I can, and what other people expect out of me is whatever. I can promise you that what I expect out of myself is much higher than what anybody else expects out of me.
You played against some quality players, obviously in the SEC. One of those guys that I think you fared pretty well against is now going to be an organization mate of yours, University of Tennessee, and now Rockies right-hander Chase Dollander. What do you remember about going up against Tennessee in 2023? You guys took 2 out of 3 against them, while particularly facing Dollander.
Yeah, no, that was a big series for us. Thinking back to it, that was a scuffling point for the Dogs. So to have a big weekend there was awesome. But Tennessee's been a very successful program the past couple of years, and then obviously got it done this year in the World Series. But Chase is a great pitcher. He's a great arm. He's a guy that is a big name, and for good reason. His stuff is electric. His stuff is elite, and he's going to continue to. I can't wait to see where his career takes him. Looking forward to hopefully maybe getting to share the field with him here before too long. But he's a very talented arm, and I'm going to be lucky to maybe one day get to share the field with him.
last one for me. Who were some of the players that you watched growing up that were amongst your favorite, or maybe you even modeled your playing career after?
Sure. I mean, being living in the Atlanta area growing up, I was a Braves fan, and so for me, it was watching guys like Freddie Freeman and Chipper Jones were kind of the two big corner infielders that are fun to watch because they hit homers and do things like that. And so that's obviously fun to watch as a kid. And then it's really cool for me getting to kind of grow into that role, into that profile player. So just continuing to have a lot of admiration for how they carried themselves on the field and then also away from the field.
Thank you, Charlie.
All right, go over to Mark Weiser.
Hey, Charlie, good to see you.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. So what's the plans in Scottsdale for you? How long might you be there? And do you know where your next destination will be as you go through the organization?
Sure. Haven't heard anything too official right now. We're kind of just focused on mini camp that we've got going this week. So I know that Monday through Friday this week we'll be getting our work in, doing some meetings, doing some individual defense work, both, and then also taking BP. So I know Monday through Friday I'll be here. Beyond that is I still think kind of up in the air. So we'll kind of take it day by day, do everything I can to continue to get better each and every day that I'm out here in Scottsdale, and go from there.
And you're talking about the record tying signing. Any idea if you're going to splurge on anything for yourself or for your family or your girlfriend with some of that new money?
I think I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I'm gonna try not to touch it for as long as I can.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go over to Noah with Blake Street Banter.
Hey, Charlie, not a lot of people nationally had you falling to 3 and coming to Colorado. And so when that happened, the Rockies and fans across the country were super excited. I was wondering what was that like for you? And did you see yourself coming to Colorado before the draft started?
Yeah, you see news media and mock drafts and things like that. You never really know until things go down on draft day. And so I knew anything's in play. Draft day, anything can happen. And so I was very open to anything that was going on. I knew that regardless of how things were, it was going to be a good outcome. But to get to be a part of to get to be the third pick and to fall to the Rockies and to land in their arms was something that I've been extremely excited about and really blessed to be in this spot to work with such a talented group of staff and people that know the game really well. This has been amazing so far.
Thank you. Welcome to Colorado.
Thank you.
We'll go over to Anthony, then Renee, then Olivia.
Charlie, how's it going, man?
What's up, Dash? How are you?
Good to see you. Listen, you talked about the expectations a while ago. I was wondering, I don't think I've ever asked you this question before, but how did Wes Johnson kind of help you, kind of navigate that? A guy who had been a pitching coach with the Twins for 4 years. And what specific way did he help you kind of manage all that?
Man, Wes is he's a great baseball coach, but he's a big time mentor, just as far as obviously throughout the game, and he knows the ins and outs of baseball better than anybody else. Is just with his track record and where he's been throughout the SEC and throughout Major League Baseball. He's a guy that has a lot of information and things to share. But the biggest things that he rubbed off on me with, and I think a lot of other guys at UGA, was just how to be a professional in everything you do. He's a guy that's gonna treat everybody like an adult until you give him a reason not to. And so he's just very calm, cool, and collected 24/7. He's a guy that doesn't press the panic button. He's got a good head on his shoulders all the time, makes objective decisions, and also creates really good relationships with his guys. He's an easy guy to play for. And so that's something that I'll definitely miss about UGA, but I can tell you that Wes and I aren't out of contact by any means. I talked to him on the phone yesterday, and so I think I'll continue to always be in touch with him, just because I was lucky to get to have that year with him this past year.
All right, good luck, man.
Thanks, Dash.
Oh, go ahead, Renee.
Hi, Charlie. I'm Renee Deckert with Purple Row. Our readers are so excited that you have signed with Colorado. I wondered if you've ever been to Denver before, and what are your visions of like hitting some bombs at Coors Field?
Sure. think I've been to the Denver airport one time, but I've never really been around the city. So that's something I'm looking forward to exploring more. And obviously the altitude plays to the hitter's advantage for sure. But just continuing to grow and develop and know that that there's a lot to work for and a lot to improve.
Do you have any Rockies hitters that you sort of have looked at as models or guys that you followed?
Sure. Guys like Jordan Beck from Tennessee, who was there my freshman year. I wasn't playing against him, but just how he plays the game. He's a guy that's got a ton of juice and obviously swings it really well and plays good defense too. He's a guy that I have a lot of respect for, and hopefully we'll continue to learn things from him and how he plays the game.
And this is the last one for me. You've got a fellow UGA alum here in Aaron Schunk. Have you all caught up with each other?
I've not talked to Shunk yet. Hopefully here before too long. I know he's really busy, a really busy guy these days. But I'm looking forward to catching up with another UGA alum and have some familiar faces around here is awesome.
Charlie, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Renee.
All right, and we'll go over to Olivia Sayer.
Hi, Charlie. Congratulations.
Hey, Olivia.
When looking at your UGA career and just wrapping it up and everything that the team accomplished last season, what impact do you think you left on the program?
Sure. It's hard to say from an individual level, but it's really cool to look at that group of older guys that we had there and the people that have left and won't be a part of that program anymore. I think I speak for that entire group. It's just by saying that we were really excited to get to be kind of the foundation of a new era of Georgia baseball was something that was talked about a lot throughout this year. So for me personally, it's been great, but I'm just really proud of that group and proud of the people that we had to be able to make that big of a jump, just after what we had the past couple of years, and then to go all the way to hosting a super regional was really cool. And the University of Georgia's something that an institution that I will always be indebted to, just as far as my development and my career. So to just get to be a part of that foundation, and I can't wait to watch guys like Trey Phelps and guys like that continue to thrive and have success in the red and black. It will be something that I'll definitely be keeping an eye on.
And then one guy you've been compared a lot to is Chris Bryant. So just what similarities and differences do you see with y'all's game?
Sure, that's a big name. That's something that obviously I'm very honored to be considered with. But Chris has got a beautiful swing. He's obviously one of the most just talented hitters there is in the game. He's a big, tall, athletic guy, but can handle the bat for a guy that's tall. So I think a little bit of this just that bat to ball combined with the power, and he's athletic guy for a tall guy, plays third base really well. And so just it's a combination of the size and still being able to handle the bat for good contact and power.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.